Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and this video is my channel update for January of 2026. It's a big one. You're not going to want to miss it. Let's get rolling. You have no idea how often that happens, and I have to edit out that ping. That is endlessly annoying, but I'm going to leave it in because it's a channel update. So there you go. Special look behind the curtain. Let's get rolling. Alright, so this is my Table for One channel update for January of 2026. If you are new, welcome. About a third of you are new since my last channel update. I try and do these twice a year in January and July, the first week of those 2 months. And my goal is just to kind of give you an overview of what's going on the channel. And I'm going to do my very, very best to keep this brief. I've got a few things to cover, but they're really important. And I don't have much in the way of visuals for this video, so I'm just going to, I think I'm going to try and put some board game box covers on the screen and just pixelate them real heavy and gradually unpixelate them, and you can try and guess what they are. So it's just a visual guessing game for you. Otherwise, you can watch this or you can listen to it as if it were a podcast. You're not going to miss anything on the screen. But first and most importantly, thank you for being here. I appreciate you checking out the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I want to start the video off by specifically thanking all the people who have contributed to my Ko-fi page over the last 6 months since my last channel update video in July. So that's Ko-fi, Ko-Fi. It's sort of like Patreon, but again, if you're new or if you haven't heard the spiel before, my philosophy on this channel is to keep all of my content 100% free for everyone with equal access at the same time. I don't have any sort of memberships. I don't have any like Patreon sort of paywalls or anything being released early. I want everything free access to everybody. But in order to make that happen, if you have the disposable income and the desire to send some of it this way, you can go to my Ko-fi page and it would just be greatly appreciated. And I want to thank everybody who's done that since my last channel update video. So in July of last year, in that channel update, I ran a contest, or not a contest, I ran a challenge, I guess. If I could raise $200 that month on Ko-fi, then I would use that money to go purchase the Dune Imperium series and make a series of videos on it and then do a giveaway. And so I've now done all that. We hit the target. Thank you again, everyone. I made the series and I'm going to do the giveaway. There's going to be details in this video, but let me start by thanking all the people who contributed in July to make that happen. So this is just in chronological order. Last July 2025, we had Jose Lizzo, Corey, Kumagoro, Chris, Rollifer, Stasia Doster, Archie206, Jose Lizzo a second time, what a boss, Crayfish, and finally Paladin Finn, who very generously just came in at the end of the month and said, how much more do you need? And then donated that amount. So Paladin Finn got us across the finish line. So thank you very much to all of you. Thank you twice to Jose Lizzo. That was pretty cool. And then in August, I got a donation from Tim. Thank you very much, Tim. And in November, we had a couple of donations on the Ko-fi page from Spiritor34 and Michael Hill. So truly, thank you very much to all people who have donated. I really appreciate it. You can hear on the list how it really dropped off after that challenge went away. So at any time, if you want to head over to my Ko-fi page, there's a link in the description of all of my videos, and you can donate as little as $1 US, or you can set up recurring monthly donations if that's something you would like to do. And again, I'm just trying to keep everything free for everyone at the same time, and you may notice that I don't have any mid-roll ads in any of my videos. I'd like to keep it that way as well. But if you're a fan of board games, you know the hobby is not an inexpensive one, and it doesn't get any cheaper when you make a YouTube channel about it. So all the help I can get is greatly appreciated. And again, if you are a fan of the Dune Imperium series I did in the second half of 2025, make sure to leave a comment in this video just thanking all those folks who made it happen with their donation in July. So let's move on to the next topic now, and that is what I'm doing over the next few months here. So I keep teasing that I've got some sort of big project going on, and the project only gets bigger, but there is a real deadline now. And so while I'm not willing to share the most critical details yet, I can share at this point that I am working on a board game that is coming to Kickstarter sometime this spring. I want to say March or April. And if you're a fan of this channel, you are probably a fan of this particular game because it is not a brand new game. It is an expansion, and I have not designed the whole thing. I've been kind of the lead designer on one particular aspect of it. So I kind of created this whole piece on my own, and then we brought in other designers with more experience and more intelligence than me to kind of go over it and make sure I didn't blow anything up. And it is currently in playtesting. So that is all super exciting, but I am really entering crunch time now. So I have threatened this on the channel a couple times before, but this time it is real. I have deadlines and I've got to get some of this stuff turned in, and I will not be able to keep up with this channel. So, I am deciding to not have any videos in the month of January of 2026 outside of this channel update. I just really need the time to lock down my work on this project. So I'm planning on taking 1 month off. I am hoping that doesn't extend into February, but it's possible it will. And once the videos come back, they may be sporadic. I might not be at my normal cadence for a little bit. But once I get to the part where I hand over the files and they're ready for, going to manufacturing, then I will be back as normal. So the channel's not going away, but I do need to take a brief hiatus. Now, while that's going on, I'll still be answering comments. I'll still be checking on the channel. I'm just not going to be making new videos. So I'll still be here. Feel free to comment and watch things and ask questions and engage with the channel in whatever way you want. I will be around. And when I think it makes sense, I will reveal exactly what it is I've been working on for the last long time. I don't know, year and a half, probably close to 2 years now. So that'll be its own very special channel update. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, again, while I'm not making videos in January, I am going to be doing a post once a week just to briefly pop in and say hi. And I am going to be sharing some shelfies. I'll be sharing pictures of my gaming shelves and kind of analyzing them. And there's an opportunity for you to send some pictures in too and have me give some feedback on your gaming shelves. So stick around and I'll tell you more about that in the contest section. But the next thing I'd like to talk about, again, much more quickly than I've done in the past, but I want to talk about some games. So I've got a few games that have not really been on the channel yet that I want to talk about first. So Tricarion, I backed that on crowdfunding, the 10th anniversary edition, and I just received that. I think the unboxing will already be out by the time this video comes out. It'll probably be the last video that comes out before this channel update. But I do intend still to make some rules refreshers for the various modules and expansions for Tricarion. So notably, I want to go over the Dark Alley, because even though that comes with the base game and is treated as an add-on, it's kind of something you always play with. I think it's analogous to if you're playing Dune Imperium Uprising, like the Chome module. It comes with the game. You can choose not to include it, but you might as well always use it. So I kind of want to teach the Dark Alley and do a solo playthrough of just kind of base game Tricarion with Dark Alley. And then I want to do separate rules refresher videos for Dawn of Technology, for Dulgard's Academy, and for the newest expansion, Arcane Arts. And then I want to do solo playthroughs for each of those modes as well. So that series is still coming. I'm really excited for it. Additionally, I've recently been playing solo Scythe, which I know is not new, but somebody recently left a comment on my Scythe unboxing video from like a year and a half ago, asking like, when are you going to put this on the channel? And I know I've talked about it a few times, but I really like the game, but I had a very difficult time trying to learn the solo mode, the Atoma. And so as much as I enjoyed the game, I really wasn't playing it because I didn't have anyone to play it with, really. The few times I played it multiplayer, really liked it, but I would play it a lot more if I could figure out the solo mode. And so it kind of sat on my shelf and made me sad for a long time. And so somebody, like I said, just left me a comment not long ago, like, when are you going to do this? And so I decided to take another crack at it and had more success this time. And so I've been playing Scythe, the solo mode, recently and really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to getting that on the channel soon. I'm still kicking around the idea of doing the Rise of Fenris campaign, but I think I'll at least get some regular, just standalone solo playthrough games of of Scythe on the channel. I've got all the expansions for it. Invaders from Afar and the Wind Gambit, of course, Rise of Fenris, which I mentioned. So mixing some of that stuff in would be pretty cool. And then I just recently purchased the modular board because I think I'll get some use out of it now. So I've actually filmed an unboxing of that already, and I'm just going to hold on to that until at least February. And I know that's like maybe not the most exciting unboxing ever, but there were some like print quality issues with the first printing that people were a little bit upset about, and so I know I've got the second printing of it, and so I kind of point some of that out in my unboxing. So that's something that's coming that I think is cool. And then third, I just recently made a trade on Board Game Geek with somebody. And so in a couple days, I should be the recipient of On Mars. And so that'll likely be the first Lacerda game on the channel. I intend to get On Mars on the channel soon. I've played it 3 times now at 3 and 4 players, and I am so far undefeated, which makes me scared to play it again with anybody else because I want to keep that streak going. But I have not tried the actual solo mode yet. But I like the multiplayer mode so much that I'm hopeful that I'll enjoy the solo as well. So On Mars will be coming to the channel sometime soon. And then real quickly, I just wanted to give you an idea of what stuff I've also got on order that you can expect to see on the channel sometime in the future, and when I think those things are coming. My crowdfunding has really decreased over the last 6 months, and I've been receiving a lot of games, but not ordering so many. And I'm kind of near capacity with my collection, and I'm in a one in, one out sort of situation, depending on the size of the boxes. And I'm okay with that, but part of it is a function of the more stuff that I play, the more I kind of know what my own preferences are, and I'm not so much experimenting with, well, let me try this one, let me try this one, let me try that one. I kind of have a feel for what things I'm going to like, and those are the games that I'm purchasing. Now, that also coincides with the fact that I've joined a local gaming group, and so I'm getting access to a lot of games that I wouldn't otherwise get to play through that group. Like On Mars is a good example. And so a lot of games I'm getting to play them without having to buy them now, which is really nice. But anyway, so this will be a shorter list than in channel updates of the past, but this is what I've got on order right now. So this is just chronologically. Vestige should be coming, I'm estimating, sometime around March of 2026. This is sort of like a retheming of Vindication. I'm really excited for it. I've played Vindication. That was cool. Vestige looks really nice. Ended up upgrading my pledge before the pledge manager closed, so I've got all sorts of stuff coming that I didn't originally order, but really excited for Vestige, so hopefully sometime around March. This one is not on order yet, but the Old King's Crown, it's been super hot for the last few months, and I finally just took a look at it out of curiosity, and I did not realize that had a solo mode. I didn't think it had one. And the more I dug into it, the more intrigued I became, and I found that there is a new crowdfunding campaign launching this March. So I don't have any idea when that would be expected to deliver, but I'm pretty confident I'm going to get in on that crowdfunding because I'm very intrigued by this game, and I would love to try it solo. So the Old King's Crown, if you've played it, let me know what you think in the comments of this video. I'd be curious. Next is Revenant. Revenant should be coming, I'm estimating, sometime around June of 2026. This is the new game in the Voidfall universe, but it is a standalone game separate from Voidfall. So obviously I am in love with that IP. I'll pretty much buy anything that involves that one. But I'm really hyped for Revenant. I think that's going to be great. I've seen it at the trade shows a couple times. So Revenant is inbound. Then there is Endeavor Deep Sea's expansion Uncharted Waters that is slated to arrive in October of 2026, but it's possible that one could be sooner. I think they're giving themselves a little bit of buffer on that one, but I really like Endeavor Deep Sea, so I think an expansion will be nice. I've still got 2 more scenarios in the base game that I have not put on the channel yet, so I would like to do that. I'll certainly get that done, I think, before the expansion arrives, but you can expect to see that on the channel. And then my most recent crowdfunding was Song of Silveranth, which I really did not think I was going to back, but then once the campaign went live and I looked at it, I was like, I have to back this. It's going to be amazing. But that one's a ways out. That is estimated to fulfill in August of 2027. But it is the newest narrative campaign game from Red Raven Games, makers of Sleeping Gods, which are those are some of my very favorite games of all time. And Song of Silveranth is in a similar style, but it is in a separate universe from the Sleeping Gods universe. And that's kind of what I did not think I would like about it, because I just love the Sleeping Gods universe so much. But after kind of going through the details on this one, I think I am still really gonna like this. So I'm excited for that one, but it's a ways off. And I also included with that, there's some sort of add-on that's a standalone game in the Sleeping Gods universe. So I had to get it, but I think the only pieces it use are like a D6 and maybe a paper and pencil, I don't remember, and then like a standard set of dominoes. So I went out and bought a really nice domino set that is going to probably sit on my shelf for another year and a half to 2 years before I get this thing. But I'm excited to find out what that's about too. I want to say that that piece is called the Sunken Labyrinth. So that's it for games on order. And then I'll also talk real quickly just over the last 6 months. That's my last channel update. Some of the highlights of the games that I've gotten to play that are new to me since then. So with my well, let me start with this one. So this was a stocking stuffer for me for Christmas that I received. This was Compile. I've played Compile at a couple of trade shows. I played it at Gen Con and I played it at PAX, and I really like it. I think it is super cool, but I didn't buy it because there's no solo mode, and I think the game would be best enjoyed if there's two people who really like it, because it's a two-player game and it's a line battler. But there are these little mini decks of cards, of 6 cards each, and each player takes 3 of these decks, and you shuffle them together, and it's my 3 are up against your 3, and we're competing. And the base box comes with 12 of these mini decks. So when you play a 2-player game, which is the only supported player count, then you're using half the decks, and so each one kind of does its own unique thing. And I think it would just be so fun to get really into the game and figure out what each of these decks is good at and what it's not good at. And you're trying to specifically your 3, you're not just matching up your 3 against their 3, but you're doing it in a certain way, because your deck 1 is up against their deck 1, your deck 2 is up against their deck 2, and you kind of go back and forth drafting these during the setup. And so, okay, you took that one, well then I'm going to take this one, and then I think I also want this. Oh, and you're going to combat my second choice with that choice. That's interesting. So then I think I want this one. That just seems so cool to me. And from the little bit that I've played it, I've really enjoyed it. So I got Compile, or what they're now calling Compile Main 1 for Christmas. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to get Compile, let's get Compile. So I ordered, I don't have it yet, but I should have it soon, Compile Main 2, plus Aux 1 and Aux 2, which these are just more mini decks. That's all this stuff is. So Compile Main 2 is another 12 decks, and then the 2 Aux packs are 3 decks each. And then there's a couple of neoprene mats that are totally unnecessary, but they're really helpful for just keeping things organized, and they have a little reminder printed on them for the phase order. So I really like Compile. I don't know how much I'm actually going to get to play it. I hope to find or create some sort of solo mode at some point. But if the publishers would just release an official one, that would be ideal. But other than that, here are the games that were new to me that I played with my gaming group since July that I have not yet mentioned. So 7 Wonders, I believe it or not, had not played that before. Normally we play pretty heavy games in this gaming group, but this on this one occasion we played a game and we finished kind of early, and we're like, we have time for something else, so we busted out 7 Wonders, and a few of us had not played it. And I thought it was good, but I did come in 5th place out of 5, and that was sort of a surprise. I thought I was doing better than that, so I played pretty terribly. But 7 Wonders was good. I'd play that again. I've played Hegemony. I've played it 3 times now, and we played with the same foursome all 3 times, and we've kind of been rotating through the different classes. I was the only one who hadn't played it previously, so I started as the working class, and then I played the middle class, and then the capital class, and I got progressively worse with each game. I was terrible with the capital class. That was the most embarrassed I've ever been leaving that gaming group. I think my score was, oh man, I don't know, it was probably like 50. We're usually right around 100, hovering somewhere between 95 and 105 are typical scores in my group for that game. And the first game when I was working class, I was right there with everyone else. I was 4th place, but I think the final scores were 102, 96, 95, 94. The last 3 of us were in a group just like that, and I was 4th place. I was like, okay, I'm right there. This is my first game. I was in the game. I was in the competition. That's fine. But then I was a little further off with the middle class. When I played the capital class, I just embarrassed myself. So the one class I have not played yet is the government. So I think we'll probably get around to that at some point. But Hegemony is really good. It's super asymmetrical. It's best played at 4 players, and everybody's doing their own unique thing. The middle class is sort of a mix between the working class mechanics and the capital mechanics, but overall it's super asymmetrical. It's really complex. I don't think it's a game I would ever want to own, and I don't think it's a game I would ever want to teach, but I would be happy to play it with people who knew how to play it. And man, it makes me think that if you're like teaching a high school civics class, like what a tool this could be. Because the mechanisms are like highly thematic and like it can lead to some really great discussions on some of the topics presented in the game. And it's just really fun challenge to work through. So excellent design, super impressed with it. So that's Hegemony. I've also played, new to me was Lisboa. It was not a theme I was super interested in, but the gameplay was really good. And actually, I felt like I learned a little bit about the city of Lisbon. I didn't know anything about its history, but I know a couple things now, so that was kind of neat. But it played really good. I would play that again. Next up is PAX Pamir, 2nd edition. I thought that game was okay. It was not my favorite thing ever, but it was all right. One thing I did really like was the whole market system. If you have not played it, lots of games have like a market of cards, and you can purchase a card, and maybe cards slide down and get cheaper. It's been a few months. I don't remember the exact mechanism, but when you buy a card, you like add 1 coin to each card to its left or something like that. And so when you buy a card, you also gain whatever coins are on it. So it's like the longer a card sits in the market, the more people are putting coins on it, and it becomes more valuable. So I thought that was a really interesting mechanism. That was my favorite part of that game. I thought it was pretty cool. Then at the beginning of December, I played my very first game of Twilight Imperium. So that was TI4 with Prophecy of Kings and with Thunder's Edge. And so that was a 6-player game. That was super fun. I played as the Ghosts of Creus, or Creus maybe? I don't know how to pronounce anything, but they were a lot of fun. I had a great time playing. Again, I was the only one at the table who had never played TI before, but I kind of held my own, and so that was a lot of fun. And I hope to have the opportunity to play that one again in the future. And then finally, just alphabetically here, is Vindication, which I briefly mentioned earlier. I finally got the chance to play Vindication, and I was really happy with it. And it made me even more excited that I have Vestige on order, because really they're mechanically very similar. Vestige seems like a Vindication 2.0 with a retheme. So I think it'll be the superior version. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, Vestige is not out yet, but really excited for that one now. So those are the games that I wanted to talk about. So now, finally, let's get to this Dune Imperium contest. So in my July 2025 channel update, when I had this challenge, like, hey, let's raise $200 on the coffee page, and then I'll go buy all the Dune stuff and make a series. My original pitch was, I'm going to buy Dune Imperium, Rise of Ix, Immortality, Dune Imperium Uprising, add Bloodlines, make the whole series, and when the series is complete, I will do a giveaway for Dune Imperium, Rise of Ix, and Immortality all bundled together. Those three, I'll send them to somebody. But I'm going to slightly modify that now for the contest, which is now live. I'm going to modify it for the better, and it's for the better for everyone, because after making the whole series, I was kind of like going into it. I was like, I had only played Uprising plus Bloodlines. That's the only way I'd ever played prior to making the series and purchasing all that stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to keep the stuff that I know I already like, and I'll give away the other stuff. But it turns out I think it's worth having both versions. So the original Dune Imperium plus Ix and Immortality, that bundle together is different enough from Uprising plus Bloodlines for me to warrant having both of those sets. And I just keep their respective expansions folded into the base games permanently, and that's the 2 ways that I will play Dune Imperium. And so what I'm going to do for this contest, which I'll have details in a second for here, but the contest, which, quick disclaimer I should say, is not in any way sponsored by, affiliated with, or managed by YouTube or Direwolf or Legendary or anybody else. It's just Table for One. It's just me running this contest. You don't need to be a subscriber. You can find a link down in the description below on YouTube's terms of service. But yeah, all that stuff aside, what I'm going to do is for the whole month of January, this contest is going to run. It's live right now. And the winner out of those boxes, so Dune Imperium, Rise of Ix, Immortality, Uprising, Bloodlines, and then I'm throwing into the mix the upgrade pack, which is all the minis. Out of all of those things, the winner can pick any 3 of them, and I'm just going to purchase them and send them to you. So you're going to get brand new copies. You won't have to get the ones that I've used on the channel and kind of worn through some of the cards because I didn't have them sleeved. So that way, if you've already got some of this stuff and you want other things, you can pick the ones you want. Pick any 3 you want. Doesn't matter to me. That way, if you're into the minis, obviously I wasn't into the minis. I didn't buy them. I didn't really care to show them. But if that's something that's important to you, then you can get, for example, Uprising and Bloodlines and the minis. And that's perfectly fine. So the winner can pick any three boxes, and I'll purchase them and send them to you. And if you choose Dune Imperium, I'm doing my very best to also get you promo pack number 1. And if you choose Dune Imperium Uprising, I'm doing my best to get you promo pack number 2 along with those. So this will be a little bit more difficult to acquire, but that's my aim. So I think that'll make the contest more appealing to everyone. And that way, if you wanted the base game, the original Dune Imperium plus Rise of Ix and Immortality, like I originally said, that's still available. You can do that and get a brand new copy. So that's the way that I think I'm going to run it. And then on top of that, I'm going to try and involve coffee again. So on my coffee page, for the month of January of 2026, for every $100 that comes in this month, I will select a second prize winner. And so if we raise, $300, there's going to be 3 second prize winners. Each second prize winner can pick any 1 box. So you can get just one of the base games, or if you already have a base game, you get an expansion that you don't have, or the minis. Each second prize winner, you pick 1 box and you get that as well. And I'm ordering these new. So it's not like supplies are limited. Like it's not like only one person could get Rise of Ix. Like if everybody wants Rise of Ix, everybody can get Rise of Ix. So again, for every $100 that comes in on my coffee page during the month of January 2026, for each $100, I will pick a second prize winner to get any 1 box from those available. Now, that being said, if you donate to the coffee page, that has no bearing on affecting your chances of winning. The whole thing is just random draw. So there is a link down in the description to go to the contest page, but you can just go to my main webpage, tablefor1.games, and you'll see a little thumbnail for this channel update video. Click on that thumbnail, and within that little blog post will be the contest. You'll see it there. So to enter the contest, you've got to have a valid email address because there's email verification, so that I have a way to contact you when the contest is over if you've won. And you must be at least 18 years old, and you can't participate if it's otherwise, prohibited or not lawful in your region. But there are, if you scroll down and read it, a number of ways to enter, and you can get multiple entries. You can get one for free. You can get some entries just for watching some of my YouTube videos, for visiting my coffee page or my YouTube page can get you some entries, and then you can get extra entries for answering some questions that I've got on there. I've got some polls. I've got some open-ended questions, and also, as I mentioned earlier, you can send me a shelfie. You can send me a picture of your board game shelf, and that'll get you entered into the contest as well. And then I may take that picture and post it sometime during the month of January 2026 and say, hey, let's take a look at this shelf of games. So again, that contest is open through January of 2026. It's ending at 11:59 p.m. local time on January 31st. That is Chicago time, GMT -6. So big thank you once again to everybody who made that whole Dune Imperium series happen through the challenge last July. And let's see how many second prize winners we can get for January 2026 this year. But as I said, I will contact the winner or winners by email when the contest is over. It's just a completely random draw. I got a program for it. So you can expect me to reach out to you the first week of February. Otherwise, this time last year, I was just above 1,000 subscribers. I am sitting over 3,200 now. So it's been a great year. Thank you to everyone who's new. Welcome. And thank you to everyone who's been here for the long haul. That is awesome. I'm really looking forward to playing some more games with you in 2026. So once again, big heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been here, especially the coffee contributors. Do feel free to hit me up in the comments if you like. Otherwise, no videos the rest of this month, but I will have some posts. I hope you have a safe and fun January. And good luck if you are entering the Dune contest. So one last final time, thank you for being here. I'm the narrator. This is Table for One, and I will see you in the next video.